What am I doing here? You might believe that life is a one-time shot, but I happen to think that life is a rehearsal, that we go through these motions over and over again, and we're kind of like perfecting some version of a play that we are both writing and starring in. And it's in that spirit that I wanted to share with you guys the rehearsal experience for a music tour, and specifically for my tour that I just started. For this episode, we're going to focus on the music, and that starts with song selection. So how do we group songs together? How do we create like sort of the peaks and valleys of a show? You know, at least as I conceptualize it, the live show should have different acts, and each act should have its own sensibility and energy. And there's how the fuck do we play these things? Do we want to change them? Do we want to include covers? What instruments do we want to use? There's so many different things to consider. You know, rehearsing for a tour is such a weird and unique experience that I wanted to bring you guys in. So here's a little bit of the first week of tour rehearsal. Rehearsal, I'm rehearsing and I think I'm getting better. Day 1, rehearsal for tour. We're all kind of laying on the carpet right now, pretty tired. You know, rehearsal is it's a very stressful time because you start, the cracks and the mistakes get revealed. Since I'm surrounded by all the people who help me put on the show and play the show with me, I thought I would talk to them today. Josh, going into rehearsal for tour, what are your musical goals?
Like you said, really fine-tuning the details. That's something that, like, people won't necessarily notice, but it makes, like, they notice without noticing. Like, when things are really tight, it just makes the whole experience so much more fun. One of my favorite things is, like, when people come up to us after the show and they're like, man, you and the drummer, or, like, the three of you guys, like, are super locked. Like, you're all locked in on your thing.
Yeah, it's about the things that a lot of people don't notice, but they feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Will, do you like rehearsal?
I love rehearsal.
I paid him to say that.
As tiring and long days as it can be, I think it's great because it provides us an opportunity and a chance to make mistakes and try things out that may be new and different, or kind of try out new ideas for arrangements or parts for the songs. That can either lead to awesome new stuff that gets worked into the set, or we just axe it immediately. But it's a great time to really just fine-tune literally every moment of the show, you know, all the minute details that really make the set.
Like, it's ingrained in you so that when you're there and you're all fired up, it's like it just comes out, and it comes out even better because you're, like, putting all this, like, heart and sweat behind it. And then, but, like, the physicality of, like, this run or these notes, or, like, the tap dancing of my pedals switching and stuff like that. It's like, this is just, like, motor memory, you know, kind of thing. Yeah. So that when I'm out there, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just, like, going for it.
It's like when you practice painting a bunch, and then you get comfy with it. Then you turn into Pablo Picasso. You know what I mean? You're out here painting 3 heads in the shape of a foot, and everything's blue.
We're turning into Picasso out here, baby.
Yeah. Someone bring me paint. I am in my Honda Civic, parked outside our rehearsal space. We're about a week into rehearsals, and I'm at that point of feeling like everything is descending into chaos. I think there's a moment when you're preparing anything when like the initial period of excitement is over, but the period of calmness and understanding that you will accomplish the goal and the organization to do that hasn't been yet reached. So you're in this moment of like the adrenaline's worn off and you're just worried. So I'm gonna walk in to rehearsal with a smile on my face, obviously, and positivity, but I'm feeling kind of stressed. Okay, well, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, I began in a state of hopelessness and confusion, and I'm starting today. I went to Barry's boot camp this morning. I had some really good coffee, and we had a great rehearsal yesterday, and I think I'm starting to understand, like, okay, the show's gonna come together. It's gonna be good. I think people will like it. It's going to be different from the last tour. And I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I want to quit talking to you because I want to go into rehearsal. I'm like, I feel better today. But yeah, I'll check back in with you tomorrow because God only knows what wild vacillations may take place. Hey. You are my ice cream. You make my brain freeze. You are my ice cream. You make my brain freeze. Hi from the Civic. Today's all about this guitar part that I am working on. I think I'm doing it better than I was before, which is exciting. I get very nervous playing guitar on stage because it's really not my strong instrument. And I worry that I'm going to fuck up and it'll be really embarrassing. And I'll look like a fool. I'll look like a fraud. Okay. That's today. So, in a lot of ways, I think music rehearsals are a lot like living your everyday life. Some days are really exciting and you just kill it. Some days you fuck up. But over time, you do get better and you do figure it out. And that is the beautiful thing about life. And the very beautiful thing about rehearsal. Next week, we are going to dive into the world of set production, lighting design, all of the kind of visual elements that go into making a tour. And for me, that stuff is so exciting because the music is kind of like, well, you know, I'm familiar with that. That's how I got started. But there's so much more to a live show experience. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, call somebody you haven't talked to in a while this week and see how they're doing. Catch up. Okay, bye. If you want to talk to me about stuff on the internet, you can use the hashtag K.Flay Show, or you can email me at thekflayshow@gmail.com. And of course, you can listen to my new album, Solutions, everywhere that you like to listen to music. So there's a new episode of What Am I Doing Here every week. Be sure to set a reminder for the K.Flay Show after 9 a.m. on Wednesday. And I'm on tour this fall. Visit kflay.com/tour to get your tickets.